Alrighty, y'all. It's Christmas time in the city. I'm so excited for Christmas. I'm ready to start decorating. And I thought that I would try and plan out that way it'd be make this video easier because today we are going to be I'm going to go over some of my favorite Christmas movies to watch every year. We're going to go over some of my yearly favorites, and we're going to go over a fantastic Christmas decorating montage. And I originally was going to try and pre-plan where I was going to put everything. That way it would make this video so much easier for you guys. I could just videotape me putting it all up. And then I learned that I would much rather do it as I go, and I am going to try and film my December TBR in the next couple of days. That way I can get it out on Saturday, and I want everything to be decorated for Christmas by then. So we are going to decorate, and we're going to hear about Christmas movies, and we're going to hear about some of my yearly favorites. Hey guys, it's Kristen, and so welcome back to my channel. I already kind of introed this video earlier because, as you know, we're decorating for Christmas, and so I am kind of in between. I've put everything up that I can put up for now except for the lights. I'm waiting for all the command strips to secure to the walls, so I figured while I'm waiting for that, I will go ahead and we can talk about what are my favorite Christmas movies. And I'm going to ask you guys for a tip. I should ask my dad because my dad decorates the house for Christmas every year, and he always does lights and stuff. And I put lights on my windows, but I just use Scotch tape to tape over, but then I have to tape almost like an eye over the section to keep it to the window. And maybe it's the kind of tape I have this year, but I'm scared it's not going to stick, which makes me worried because it's next to all my plants. I don't want the lights to fall off the window and kill my plants. So, maybe you guys can let me know what you guys normally do to hang lights in your windows. But I'm excited for decorating this year because I didn't decorate last year because I really wasn't really proud of the apartment that I was in because it had a lot of problems, it had a lot of roaches, and decorating for Christmas is a whole thing. I think it's been 2 or 3 hours of me just decorating. So it's a lot to do, but I'm super excited. I love decorating for the holidays. Honestly, the decorating and wrapping presents are my favorite part of the holiday because I like to make things pretty. But I have 10 movies that I always watch every year. So of course, the first one I have to watch every year, no matter what, and I usually watch it with my dad, is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I love that movie. It's super funny, super cute, and I'm pretty sure most people know what it is. It's very iconic. My movie that I also have to watch every year is The Year Without a Santa Claus, which is the little claymation with Heat Miser and Snow Miser. That is my #1 favorite. If I have not watched that, I have to be dead because that is my Christmas movie. That's my Christmas movie. Let me tell you, that's my Christmas movie. And then I also like to watch The Mistletones, which is a musical with Tia and Tamara. One of the two. I don't know which one it is, but it's one of the two twins, and it's basically there's a big Christmas a cappella group that sings every year, and her mom used to be a part of it, and now her mom has passed away, so there's an opening in the group, and she's auditioning for the group, and the person who's in charge is kind of we don't want you, you're not good enough. And then she ends up making her own Christmas a cappella group from people that she works with at work, and it's really cute, and it has a little romance in it, and it's actually where my favorite Christmas song has come from, which has not popped up on this Christmas playlist that I'm playing right now on YouTube, which I think is a curse, and it's Christmas Baby Please Come Home, and that one, I love it so much, and that is actually how I found that song, was through that movie. I mean, I'm sure I heard that song out and about or something, but after I watched that movie, it's cemented in my brain, and that is my favorite Christmas song ever. So after that is the Santa Claus series with Tim Allen. I think it's Tim Allen, and basically someone who's very Grinch-like, doesn't like Christmas, and so Santa ends up landing on his roof and falls off and like essentially kills Santa, so he has to become Santa, and he doesn't realize that until like after like he starts like having Santa like attributes that don't make sense. So it's a classic. It's very old. I think there's 4 movies now. Honestly, I think I just saw a commercial for a new one. It was either a commercial for a new one or it was a commercial using like the setup from one of the movies for the commercial. But I really like that. I had like the DVD at some point, and so I could like do like the Wolfgang Puck behind the scenes and like make the special hot chocolate that he gets in the movie, and so that was always lots of fun for me. The Grinches, I love all the Grinches, and that might be an unpopular opinion, but I think they're all good in their own way, you know, like the first original one is only like 30 minutes, so you gotta watch it. It's super short, but then like, who doesn't love the Jim Carrey How the Grinch Stole Christmas? Like, who doesn't love that one? Also, I think they're making a part 2 to that one as well, so that'll be interesting to see. I don't know if it's coming out this year or if it's like a future Christmas. I mean, I hope it's coming out this year if they're advertising it for this year, because, like, don't get my hopes up if you're not going to do it for the year, you know? But I also like the new one that came out with Benedict Cumberbatch, which at first, I went and I saw it in theaters, and at first I was like, I'm not going to like this is stupid, why are you remaking How the Grinch Stole Christmas? Like, the two are already fine. But I think it's super cute, and I like it, so sue me. I like both the Grinches. And then I really like the Ebenezer Scrooge. Why can I not think? A Christmas Carol. There we go. 10 seconds later. I love all of the Christmas Carol renditions as well. Typically the 2 that I watch every year are the Muppets Christmas Carol, because I love the Muppets. Don't come at me. Nothing will ever be better than Muppets Christmas Carol in my opinion, or any of the Muppets movies. But I also really like the rendition that has Jim Carrey in it again, and I think once again they're beautiful in their own ways, you know? So I like both of those. And Nightmare Before Christmas, I'm pretty sure I put it in my October Halloween vlog where I decorated for Halloween, that I have to watch that for Christmas too. Like, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm a proponent that it's for both seasons, and I don't care who says that. I will die on the hill. So those are all my Christmas movies that I absolutely have to watch. My dad, I know that he loves A Christmas Story, where you'll shoot your eye out, kid. I could take or leave that one. I usually watch it with him because it is one of his favorite Christmas movies, but like, that's not one that I have to watch or I'm going to die. And then I know a lot of people really like Home Alone, because that's a Christmas movie too. I think I've only ever watched Home Alone all the way through once. Oops. But, you know, those are all my favorite Christmas movies that I have to watch, and my favorite Christmas songs. So let me know in the comments, what are your guys' must-watch Christmas movies? What's your favorite Christmas song to hear? Is it the classic Mariah Carey, All I Want For You Is Christmas? Or do you have something else that you'd rather listen to after she's defrosted? But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the montage of me decorating.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Kristen, your clothes look different. And you would be correct because I had to go to yoga last night or my yoga class last night, and then I got home and then I finished decorating and I had to make dinner, and then I also started the dishwasher, and so by the time that everything was all said and done, it was time for me to go to bed. So here I am on day 2, and we are going to talk about some of my yearly favorites. Now, these aren't going to be things that I kept track of, so it was more just like I was looking back throughout the year and like things that kind of stood out to me that I liked in podcasts or new YouTubers that I started watching, things like that. I will be doing a yearly wrap up in January for my favorite books and my least favorite books, and then next week 2 weeks from now, I'm going to talk about things that have improved my quality of living that I started doing this year. So without further ado, let's talk about YouTube. So I started getting into plant and book YouTube this year, which I don't know why I wasn't doing this sooner, but B, I got hooked on looking for this kind of content because of TikTok. So I don't have TikTok, but all of my friends send me all the important TikToks they want me to see. And there was a brief period of time where I was like, well, maybe I should get a TikTok so I can be on Plant Talk and Book Talk, you know? But then I was like, if it exists on TikTok, it's got to exist on YouTube. And so I found a few booktubers and a few plant tubers who I like to watch. And so for PlantTube, I really like to watch Wild Fern. She is a Canadian YouTuber, and she has a beautiful, very large collection, and she usually does plant vlogs, and she does like collection videos, and like spooky repots and all that kind of stuff. And then I also really like Harley G. She lives in Utah, and she does a lot of just like day-to-day like redecorating plant shelves, thrifting pots, that kind of stuff. And so I really like both of their videos for plant YouTube, and I will have everybody linked down below in the description. But when it comes to book YouTube, there's only 2 people that I consistently like to watch, and that is, of course, Sarah Caroli. If you've watched any of my videos, especially my book videos, and you haven't heard me mention Sarah, you must not be paying that much attention. I love Sarah and all of her videos. And then actually, because I watch Sarah, one of her best friends is Haley Pham. And I feel like Haley is more well known for being a book YouTuber than Sarah is, maybe. Because, like, I've heard of her before, at least. Whereas before, I hadn't heard about Sarah from anywhere. And so I like to watch her videos as well. And then I try to make it a like habit to listen to a podcast every day, and it's a podcast not about science. I started doing this probably around the pandemic because I was like, I need something to take up my time because I wasn't reading then, and like something to do at work just to like keep my mind busy while I was like doing stuff in lab and whatnot. And I wanted to do something for my brain that was kind of like learning, but it wasn't like learning science, you know, like I wanted to learn fun facts. So one of my favorite podcasts ever is Gastropod, where they talk about the science behind food. And like, so they talk about like how the metal of your fork can change the way your food tastes. Or I just listened to an episode about pineapple and like the origins of pineapple. So they do a lot of stuff like that. It's really cool. There's a lot of episodes to catch up on if you start now, but I totally think it's worth it, and I really do enjoy listening to their stuff. And then so I've been listening to them for a very long time. Other podcasts that I started listening to this year, though, specifically is The Poisoner's Cabinet, which I would say could vie for Gastropod as my favorite podcast ever. It's very, if you like to watch Murder Makeup Mystery from Bailey Sarian, it kind of follows the same vibe, just podcasts form, and obviously there's no makeup, but they like the very first season is all poisoning cases. In the second season they started branching out to other kinds of true crime. I just got done listening to the Christmas special about Jack the Ripper for last year's Christmas, I think it was. So I really enjoy it. They make up cocktails in the beginning, and they post the recipes on Instagram every week for everybody. But then they go and they talk about some kind of murderer. So, and they really try to do well at like giving all the facts, and I really enjoy the show. If I try to have a rotation where I listen to like one episode from every like podcast that I'm listening to at that point in time. And if I have to like listen to extra podcasts throughout the day because like I just have more time for whatever reason, I always pick the Poisoner's Cabinet to watch or listen to. I also, and these will be linked in the description below as well, but also I really liked The Antique Shop. I think it had 52 or 55 episodes, but it was about like an antique shop where things just kind of appear and disappear, and like customers appear. Like the shop only shows up to the people that are supposed to be there, and kind of the journey of the person who started working at the antique shop and kind of her journey throughout the years that she works there while she's finishing up her PhD. So I really like that one too. It's very like there's lots of mythical creatures, and she used a lot of folklore and mythology to be able to write her stories, which I thought was really cool. So, and at the end of every episode, she'll usually try to explain like how she came up with the idea for the episode, etc. So I think that's a great one if you like fantasy, paranormal kind of a thing. And then the last one, it isn't so much, it's more of a brand or like a company that does a bunch of different podcasts, and it's the Violet Hour Media. And they have a bunch of like horror podcasts that I've listened to throughout the year that I have enjoyed as well. So those are my list of podcasts. You guys I mentioned earlier in this video that I went to a yoga class. So I've liked to do yoga ever since the pandemic hit. I tend to do slightly easier videos, I guess. Like I don't normally get very sweaty when I do yoga, especially when I go to yoga classes. The classes that I have at the university gym, they are very much more like restorative stretching. I mean, once in a while we'll do a couple poses where like I kind of break a sweat, but it's not like hot yoga or like super strong strength yoga, which is what I prefer. I mean, I want to build strength and I want to tone muscles, but also like I want to get a nice relaxing stretch in, and take my mind off things. And so before I started doing yoga classes, I would just do yoga videos at home because I haven't been very successful at it, but I have a goal where I want to do yoga every day. So I do yoga as my cool down on my workout days, but on days that I come home, I try to do yoga at some point during the day, whether it's like bedtime yoga or like before dinner or after dinner, etc. And so I have a couple yoga YouTubers that I already watched, but some new ones that I picked up this year that I actually really enjoy are Yoga with Bird. Most of her videos are pretty short because, like, when I was doing yoga at home, I typically didn't have a lot of time during the day to do yoga at home because I was still working from home because I'm a workaholic. And of course, dishes, laundry, dinner, cleaning Bean's cage, wanting to just relax. I want to do like short 10-minute, 15-minute yoga videos. Since going to yoga class, I've gotten more comfortable doing longer videos, but she does a lot. She has a good mix of like long videos and short videos, but usually I just do her short videos, and I really like it. I feel like it gives a good stretch overall, and I really like her. And then I also really like Yoga with Cassandra for the same reasons. And so those are the two main people that I like to watch now for yoga. If I'm feeling spicier and I want to do a longer video / more of like an actual like yoga workout, I'll watch Tana Yoga. And then of course, there's Yoga with Adriene, which I think everybody knows. If you don't know Yoga with Adriene, even my dad knows who Yoga with Adriene is, so I would say she's pretty popular in the yoga sphere if you like. And then I also started watching a lot of WellTube this year. So before, I would say probably before like the pandemic / into like the last like year, like only within the last year or so have I actually been like watching like wellness YouTubers who like, I feel like I'm probably more organized than most when it comes to a lot of things, and I just kind of plow myself through whatever I need to. So I watch these videos more just like, one, so I can learn more wellness tips, but two, like, it's just comforting almost to watch people talk about like wellness and relaxation and like tips and tricks to do such things. So two that are like actually wellness YouTubers, I would say, are Michelle Leb, which she does a lot of videos like tips for motivation, tips for resetting, tips for ending the new year on like a good foot and planning for the next year. And her videos are also usually really short too. They're usually like 10, 15, 20-minute videos. So she is very effective at getting a lot of information in a short period of time, if that is something that is better for you. And I really like watching her videos. And then also, she's kind of split between wellness and like clothing, and that is Christina Micas, and she's another Canadian YouTuber, and she does a lot of like reset Sundays with me, or like how to do minimalistic wardrobes, or like her workout routines and stuff like that. Like, just makes her feel better. And what I'm classifying as a wellness tube, because I didn't know where else to put her, but she's more like, she does more like athletic workout try-on type videos, and that's Catherine Mueller. She's kind of taken a step back since she started her job after graduating from college, but I really like watching her videos too. I just think that she has a wonderful personality, and I think it's fun to watch her do try-ons, because not a lot of people do try-on hauls anymore, So I like it. Those are the most of like the new YouTubers that I've been watching, and a lot of the entertainment that I like that's new this year that really stood out to me as me really enjoying it. And then the last favorite that I have for you guys on my list is actually a perfume, which is really funny because I don't like wearing perfume. I normally don't wear perfume, but I got gifted this perfume and I actually really like it, and I like to use it, and I'm really bad at remembering to use it, is kind of also the problem. Like, I know that it's there, but I'm so busy in the morning doing everything I gotta do to get out the door for work that I forget about it. And that is the Brazil de Janeiro number 40 uh, perfume. I will put an image of the product up here. But uh, that is my favorite perfume to wear, and it's actually made me want to get into wearing perfume more, because I used to have like a really sensitive nose, so like if I can smell it on me throughout the whole day, I kind of get annoyed almost. Uh, or like my senses just like get offended after a long time, I guess. Uh, but this one I can put on throughout the day, and it's light enough that like it doesn't irritate me or give me a headache, but like I still know that it's there, which is nice. And it's actually made me want to look into getting there's another perfume by them. I think it's the 72 that I actually like and I want to get as well. I'm hoping either I'll get some money for Christmas for it, or if not, I will just buy it at some point. I think I'm gonna buy it because my birthday month is coming up this month, actually, December, and of course I'm a Sephora rewards member, so we get free gifts every year, and so I don't have a Sephora near me that isn't like an hour drive away ish, so I don't really want to drive an hour just to get my birthday gift for the month, so I need to buy some skincare. So I think I'm just gonna buy that perfume in order to be able to get the gift that I want for this year. So those are all my yearly favorites that aren't like specifically like things that I've done this year that really have helped improve my outlook on life, or that are my books. I'm going to have separate videos for that, so stay tuned on the channel and subscribe and hit the notification bell to be able to know when those do go live. But that is all I have for you guys today. I hope that you are having fun decorating for Christmas. Like I said before, let me know what your favorite Christmas movies are. What's your favorite Christmas songs? What are your yearly favorites? Who are you watching on YouTube that isn't me? And what have you found this year that you've really enjoyed that you haven't done in the previous years? And with that, I will see you in the next one. Bye!